Make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark the talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to the Make We Talk program. This afternoon, we're going to speak about Jamaica's crime problem. The numbers of Jamaicans who were murdered from 2011 to 2022. I have with me on the phone none other than Mr. Michael Williams, chairman of the National Democratic Movement in Jamaica. Mr. Williams, welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much, Jeffrey. As usual, I'm always at your service most of the time.
Mr. Williams, we're gonna before we go into what is going on in the land of wood and water, we're gonna speak about 30 Haitian nationals landed in Portland. Okay, 30 Haitian nationals landed in Portland. WZPP and WZOP News understand that a boat carrying over 30 Haitian nationals landed in Long Bay, Portland. That's Friday afternoon. The team of Haitians are currently in custody at the Portland police station. Our sources have told us that investigation on the way, and they're gonna process the group of Haitians. And the Jamaican government are thinking about sending them back to Haiti.
Well,
go ahead, Mr. Williams. Your views on that?
That is the current policy, the official policy of the government. That was adopted some time ago. So that is not new to us.
Yes.
What we need to be concerned about in Jamaica is the conditions in Haiti and where is the intended journey of those 30 persons.
Mm-hmm.
If the intended journey was Jamaica, then I believe that they should be processed and allowed to stay. But if their intended journey is not Jamaica, then they should have to decide whether they want to stay in Jamaica or they want to go and where the journey want to take them to.
Yes. But what I do... Go ahead, Mr. Williams. Go ahead.
But it is a very delicate situation because Haiti, until we in Jamaica agitate to get the policies of the government changed, then we can't cry until when they proceed with the policies that they have announced.
Mm-hmm.
What we have to do is agitate to get those policies changed. But Haiti is a basket case. So
yes.
Anybody that wants to leave Haiti and wants to stay in Jamaica, I would support it.
Okay, let us switch gear now, Mr. Williams. Let us switch gear here. Jamaica is one of the most violent countries in the Caribbean. In 2022, there was approximately 552.9 homicides per 100,000 in the island nation, the highest in Latin America and the Caribbean. I also have here Mr. Williams. Number of murders in Jamaica from 2011 to 2022. 2011, 1,133 Jamaicans were murdered. In 2012, 1,102 Jamaicans were murdered. In 2013, 1,200 were murdered. In 2014, 1,000 were murdered. In 2015, 1,208. In 2016, 1,354. In 2017, 1,647. In 2018, 1,287. In 2019, 1,339. In 2020, 1,323. In 2021, 1,474. In 2022, 1,498. Mr. Williams, it is projected that before the year end, it will be 1,400 and something Jamaicans murdered.
Well, I wouldn't. Listen, you have to the people in the diaspora.
Yes, sir.
And the people in Jamaica, but mostly the people in the diaspora are persons who have a better quality of life and I would say a better educational background.
Mm-hmm.
They need to understand what has been taking place in Jamaica over the years. The statistics on education, for instance, in 2022, that's last year, for 30% of the persons leaving high school cannot read and write. In 2023, the statistics just came out. It is close to 40% who leave high school and cannot read and write.
Yes.
That itself is a great dilemma because the Jamaican system of education has been failing the country from 1944 to now, because from that time we were in charge of internal self-government in 1944.
Mm-hmm.
And education falls under internal self-government. So from that time, don't check it from 62.
Yes.
Check it from 44, 78 years that we have been governing ourselves as far as education is concerned. And we know in 2023, almost 40% leave school and can't read and write. Now, the next thing I want to bring the attention of the diaspora is we in Jamaica, we have two political parties mainly.
Yes.
That has been governing from 1944 until now.
Yes.
The JLP and the PNP.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what they have done is created among themselves two militias. A militia is an armed gang that's answerable to the main political party.
Yes.
Especially in and out of elections and when the elections are going to be called. Today, this year is an election year.
Mm-hmm.
The Prime Minister has already announced that we have elections soon.
Soon.
My guess,
yes,
that is going to be before Christmas.
So in other words, Sir Williams, the Labour Party have conference in November. So maybe
That's right.
Maybe the Jamaican people in the diaspora will hear the Prime Minister announcing the election date at the conference of the Labour Party.
That is the most likely place.
Mm-hmm.
And for local government elections, you only need about 14 days to call the election.
Mm-hmm.
So from the announcement to election day, you can do everything, can complete everything in 20 days.
Okay. So, Mr. Williams, chairman of the National Democratic Movement in Jamaica, Jamaica's murder rate in 2017 was 1,647.
Yes, but it's climbing. Every year it's climbing. Because for 2 years now, the People's National Party with their militia,
yes,
Klansman,
yes,
they have been calling for elections.
Yes.
Now, the one order, which is controlled by the Jamaica Labour Party, they have been very quiet up until now
Mm-hmm.
because they have been getting funds from the consolidated fund
Mm-hmm.
because the Jamaica Labour Party is in power. But you look, when anytime elections are close to call, that is when the two militias get together.
Mm-hmm.
The JLP have 5 constituencies that you consider garrisons. You know what a garrison is?
Yes, sir.
A garrison is a constituency that is controlled by gunmen.
Right.
You know, the People's National Party have 10 of those.
Mm-hmm.
The president of the PNP control the biggest garrisons in Jamaica, South St. Andrew.
Yes.
And the prime minister control a constituency that is made up of 2 garrisons. One of the garrisons, one section of the constituency,
Mm-hmm.
about 30 or 35% is controlled by the PNP.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 40, we call it 40 or 45%,
Yes.
is controlled by the prime minister in his section of the garrison.
Yes.
Now, you have that situation, you have that scenario,
Mm-hmm.
and you have many other constituencies on both sides of the equation. That when an election is called, 15 seats,
yes.
you can declare them right away.
I
Without
am
without-
happy. I am happy, Mr. Williams, that you touch on that, sir. Let us, the Deputy Prime Minister, who is the Minister of National Security, Dr. Harris Chang, St. James saw the highest murder. St. James is leading Jamaica in murder from 129 murders. St. Ann and Clarendon, 35 to 34. Kingston West Division also recorded the highest murder as 43 to 50, while Kingston East Division see a murder of 29. Isn't this a cause for concern as a Jamaican citizen, Mr. Williams?
Of course it is. But you have to understand the genesis.
Yes.
To understand the genesis is to know that both sides control large garrison areas.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening in St. James, where the Deputy Prime Minister, he now is in the process of carving out another garrison there.
But
So that when the elections is called,
yes.
he can float home easy.
Oh.
That is how the system has been working for the last 35 years.
Yes.
The garrisons are playing a significant role in the politics of Jamaica.
Now, Mr. Williams.
So until the diaspora realize
Mm-hmm.
that that is what is happening in Jamaica and they take a stand against it. Because the people of Jamaica, when you have 40% leaving school and can't read and write, that tells you about our society.
Yes, sir.
The JLP and the PNP are not interested in educating the people of Jamaica. But the diaspora has already gone through the gate. There's an estimated almost 2 million people
Mm-hmm.
from the diaspora in the United States alone.
Mm.
Because they say you have 3 million people outside of Jamaica.
And not to mention in South Africa where our brothers and sisters are. And I must say, I think it's night now in South Africa. I must say good night to General Labi and also former Interpol ambassador Andy Mashaila, who is over there in South Africa watching us at the moment. You know something, Mr. Williams? When you look on the whole Jamaica's crime rate compared to other parts of the Caribbean. Sometimes you ask yourself, are we manufacturing guns in Jamaica?
No, we manufacture people who need guns.
Uh-huh.
And anywhere there is a need, there's going to be a supply. There is no, if there's no need, you don't have a supply.
So what do you think can be done to Jamaica's crime pandemic? Because it cannot continue. We are 61 years old, Mr. Williams. And we're shooting down our people like Blackbird. And of course, the government of the day. You don't hear them say nothing. Couple days ago, you have 4 people murdered one time in Trelawney. Another time you hear about what? 3 people murdered again. And it continue and continue. And you don't hear the Minister of National Security, who's the Deputy Prime Minister, address the nation pertaining to it.
But how can they? How can they? How can anybody who is part of a garrison or who is trying to make a garrison
Yes.
comment on garrison type politics? Except in a very general way.
Yes, sir.
That is what you guys need to understand. Right? I have been speaking this inside of Jamaica and outside of Jamaica for the last 10 years. How many years I've been listening and taking heed? The people in the diaspora must understand that the system of governance in Jamaica must change. And we in the NDM, we have proposed a hybrid system where we have taken the best of the British and the best of the US, the 2 everlasting democracies that we know, and we have put them together, and they have been totally rejected by the people of Jamaica. I shouldn't say the people of Jamaica, that's not true. By the constituted authority in Jamaica.
Yes.
The people, the Constitutional Reform Committee.
Yes.
We have presented it to them and they have totally rejected it. We have said, for instance, that we should not have a ceremonial president.
Yes.
We must have one president elected by all the people of Jamaica on one ballot.
Yes.
And the members of parliament who live in their constituencies must be elected on a separate ballot.
I understand what you're comparing it, but let us go back to the whole crime thing. Because, and I must say good afternoon to all our listeners on WZP and WZOP and our viewers on the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Remember to go there, like, share, and subscribe. If you want to take part in the discussion between myself and my guest, Mr. Michael Williams, Chairman of the National Democratic Movement in Jamaica, you can call 850-446-0562. That's 850-446-0562. Of course, this broadcast is broadcasted on 7 radio stations here in South Florida. Mr. Williams, when you look on all of this, does Jamaica have the capability to have troops in Jamaica and troops being sent over to Haiti based on what is going on in the country right now, Mr. Williams?
Let me tell you something, sir. All of this is a face card. Right? The government of Jamaica.
Yes.
We need in the police force, we need 25,000 police. We have 12,000. So we are short. We are short 12 to 13,000 policemen and women. We can't get them because we're not paying our police enough money for them to join the police force. We need university graduates as police. Not one person who graduated from university in Jamaica join the police force because we're not paying them enough. Now, if we have a shortage of 12,000 police How can we even send 200 to Haiti if
Hmm.
we have a shortage? You don't see the face card business.
And not only that, Mr. Williams, we're going to send our sons and daughters in arms way to assist our brothers and sisters in Haiti. But the government of Jamaica haven't addressed the Jamaican people to tell them, say, okay, we're doing this and we're going to do this. I am being told from reliable sources that the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade is telling the people of our country that they are going to live up to the commitment to the United States. And if they have to borrow money to send the Jamaica Defense Force and the Jamaica Constable Force to Haiti, then they have to do that. You're taking that, Mr. Williams?
Well, I doubt that
Yes.
because already the U.S. government has put aside $100 million
Correct.
to finance the efforts in Haiti.
Mm.
But don't you see the biggest force that is supposed to be coming to Haiti from Kenya?
Mm-hmm.
The Kenyan constitution prevents it, and the Kenyan opposition has gotten a court ruling to say that it's unconstitutional to send
Yes, but
Kenyan troops, Kenyan police
I am
to Haiti.
hold on, Mr. Williams. Let us correct that because we read that in the newspaper. But news coming out of Kenya this morning, the Kenyan cabinet on Friday approved a deployment of 1,000 police to lead a military peacekeeping mission to Haiti to combat Haiti's gang violence. The country's parliament must now sign off on the resolution. From January 1st until August 15th, more than 2,400 Haitians was reportedly killed. Go ahead, Mr. Williams.
Yes. Well, there is the point I was making
Yes.
is that the opposition to the Kenyans
Yes.
sending police, but if they are now going to mix it with Kenyan soldiers, that's a different story, right? So we don't know what they're sending. If they're sending Kenyan soldiers to act as a peacekeeping force, and they're sending a few Kenyan police as advisors, because we are doing the same thing in Jamaica.
Right.
We are sending mostly soldiers, but with a few police who volunteer to go. Right? Because the last time we sent a force to Haiti, it was volunteer. It was based on volunteerism in the police. So we have to see, but whatever it is,
yes,
we can't afford, based on our situation in Jamaica, we can't afford to send one person overseas. But this is all part of a PR campaign that is going on by the Jamaican government and by the Prime Minister of Jamaica. It is mostly PR.
But
because there is no real opposition to it in Jamaica, he's doing what he wants to do. Because the opposition is just as compromised as the government.
My God.
Because they have the same militia, they have the same garrison, and they have the same thought process.
Yes.
It is not by accident that from 1944 to now, we have been having successive governments, GLP and PNP, almost equal in terms of the time that they serve in government. Right? And our illiteracy rate is climbing instead of going down.
Yes.
So it is not by chance. It is a deliberate action by both of them. And that is what we have to fight against.
Yes.
Because if we have an educated society, you can't lead them.
Hold on, Mr. Williams. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back on the Make We Talk program here on WCPP and WCOP, the voice of the Caribbean.
You're listening to WZOP
Good afternoon, everybody.
92.7 LP FM.
We're not the airline, but we can take you to the islands every Sunday at Island Vibe Sunday.
JamaicaTV.com.
When the game gets
Welcome back to the program here on WCP and WZOP and the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Mr. Williams, welcome back to the program, sir. We also have a call. Mr. Williams, you still there with us?
Yes, man.
Oh Lord, the caller disconnected. Go ahead, Mr. Williams. Our
Well,
final minute we have leaving the program here. Give us some solutions towards Jamaica's crime problem, Mr. Williams.
First thing is, sir,
Yes.
we need to separate the police force
Yes.
from the government.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, the police commissioner must not be appointed by the leader of the opposition, the prime minister, or the minister of national security. He must be appointed separately
Yes.
from a committee of parliament and report to parliament, not to those two entities, because they are corrupt in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now in Jamaica, today,
Yes, sir.
the police force is focused on the Klansman gang. But a couple of years ago, when the PNP was in power for 18 and a half years,
Mm-hmm.
their focus was one other,
Mm-hmm.
and the Klansman flourish.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what we call tit for tat.
Yes, sir. We have a call, Mr. Williams. Hold on for me, please. Caller, go ahead. Welcome to the Make We Talk program.
Thank you much, sir. Good afternoon to you and Mr. Williams.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, I was listening to the program earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and I heard the gentleman focus on the garrison in regards of fourth party in the Jamaica government right now,
Yes.
on the island.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, in 2023, this
Hello? Hello, caller? I think we have lost this caller, Mr. Williams. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I'm sure he will come back.
Yes.
But he was onto something there when he referred to the garrisons.
Yes.
I'd love to have heard his point and what he had to say. But one of the solutions I was talking about
Mm-hmm.
is separating the police from the administration, similar to how it has been done for the Electoral Commission,
Right.
for the Indicom,
Mm-hmm.
and for
So
quite a few other.
in other words, what you're saying, that it's full time for them to put a select a commissioner of police from within the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
Well, I am not. I would like to get the best person for the job,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's in or out of the police force. As a matter of fact, it might sound strange to you,
Mm-hmm.
but I will tell you that if the President Commissioner
Mm-hmm.
was to get his hands untied,
Mm-hmm.
because his hands are tied right now, both hands. If he was to get his hands untied,
Mm-hmm.
I believe that he would act much, much different than how he's acting now.
So
That is my opinion.
so you're
A lot of people may not agree with it,
yes.
but I believe that the commissioner knows a lot about what is happening in Jamaica.
Because
I would say he knows more than me what is happening in Jamaica.
because Mr. Williams.
But his hands are tied.
Mhm.
His hands are tied by the government. And what we have to do is to get the hands untied.
Mhm.
And even if we get a different man
Yes.
in there, as long as it is controlled by the Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security, the new man is going to have his hands tied same way. You understand?
Yes.
Every other commissioner of police, do you know what happened to them? I wanted to go as far back as Francis Forbes,
Yes.
way back. Francis Forbes was appointed by the PNP.
Mm-hmm.
And as the JLP come into power, they paid him off 100% of his 2.5 years of salary.
Mm-hmm.
And they appointed a new commissioner. When the government changed again, they pay off the other commissioner appointed by the GLP 2 years of salary.
Mm-hmm.
And they appoint their own man. And that is what go on in the police force. It is always a PNP police or a GLP police. Because they know that once they take that job, the hands are tied by the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition. I want to remind you about a famous case that is very clear in everybody's mind.
Mm-hmm.
A commissioner named George Quayle.
Mm-hmm.
He was appointed recently by the GLP.
Yes.
And he ran into difficulties with Mr. Montague, who was the then Minister of National Security.
Mm-hmm.
And what did Montague tell him? He said, if him don't, him have to resign. And Mr. Quayle said, no, I'm not resigning. But eventually, he was resigned. He resigned.
Yes.
Because he was offered his 2 years of salary, scot-free, lump sum, plus his pension.
So
Who do you think pay for all of that?
the taxpayers of Jamaica. In other words, in other words, Mr. Williams, what you're saying to us is that we're 61 years of independence, and it seems as if that the two political parties has been playing cat and mouse with the life of the Jamaican people, sir.
Of course they have been. Worse than cat and mouse. What has happened? You know about Anansi?
Go ahead.
Anansi?
Yes.
We have graduated the two political parties, the JLPNP,
The jail who?
have taken the Anansi system and elevated it to the Alibaba system.
Oh, Lord.
Alibaba is the man who led 40 thieves.
Mm-hmm.
That is what we have in our Jamaica political system right now. Alibaba and the 40 thieves.
My God. We're live on WZPP and WZOP radio here in South Florida. We're speaking to the chairman of the National Democratic Movement on the Make We Talk program. We're speaking about Jamaica's crime pandemic. Mr. Williams, Jamaica has some series of crime. You could compare it in what is going on in South Africa, where gunman has been holding up the money trucks brinks. And you don't hear nothing too much about it, Mr. Williams. Your views on that, sir?
There is many things that you don't hear nothing about.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk about all the crimes that are committed by gunmen who are holding up the brinks trucks.
Yes.
But there are many other crimes. For instance, there was recently a big gun find
Mm-hmm.
at the port. Now, my intelligence tell me that anytime they find one stack of gun,
Mm-hmm.
two more stack of gun gone through.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is a face card. Now, who you think have the capacity to import 50 and 60 guns into Jamaica?
The people of the
Who do you think
Vumva,
have that capacity?
the people of the Vumva Von the Vumva V.
No, I will be more clear than that.
Be careful what you're saying,
They
because
are the
we're live
people
on
of
air.
One Order and Clansman.
The who?
The One Order and Clansman.
My God.
You think it's Grace Kennedy bringing them in? You think it's separate bringing them in?
Be careful what you talk, Mr. Williams. We're live on here, sir.
I am telling you that it's not them.
Okay.
I'm telling you who is bringing it in.
Yes.
Who you think have the capacity and have the money and have the resources to pay off the people at the wharf
So
and
you
to buy? You think 20 guns easy to buy in America?
Mm. My God.
Not easy. If you value a gun, you think a M16 and a Uzi And AK-47 can be just bought in America just so.
So, Mr. Williams, what you're saying to us on this program here is that the gangs in the two main gang in Jamaica, they are supplying the guns into the country, and also guns coming out of Haiti.
Well, wherever country they come from.
Yes.
If they come from Venezuela, or they come from Haiti, or they come from Florida,
Yes.
it don't matter as long as we know who's bringing them in. It don't matter the source.
But
Let me tell you something. How do you think the militias in Jamaica are organized? The militias in Jamaica are organized just like how the party is organized. Identical.
Mm-hmm.
The clansmen have groups, and they have the names of their groups, just like how we have groups and branches in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
The JLP have branches.
Mm-hmm.
They name their branches. So when you hear of the ski mask gang,
Yes.
you have to understand that the ski mask gang don't bring in no gun. They hire the guns from one other or clansman.
So in other words, what you're saying to us, that the gangs in Jamaica are leasing out the guns?
Of course. They lease it out to their branches and their groups.
Oh, God.
So you find that one gun. And the police will acknowledge this. The police tell you that one gun.
Hold on for me, Mr. Williams. I have a call.
St. Catherine and Hanover.
I have a call coming in. Good afternoon, caller. Welcome to the Make We Talk program.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to call you after here, sir. Will you please check your phone? Put you into your conversation, please. Could you take me after here? Could you get start?
Hold on for me, Mr. Williams. Yeah, man.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough,
Okay, I'll do
we
that.
talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face.
Sorry, Mr. Williams. We do apologize about that. Go ahead, Mr. Williams. We have to do a disclaimer here, Mr. Williams. The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Make We Talk program or WZPP or WZOP. Mr. Williams, you're still there with us, sir?
Yes, sir, I'm still with you.
Go ahead, sir.
And I'm very much aware of the libel and slander laws in America,
Yes.
which is much more liberal than the laws in Jamaica,
Yes.
right? So I know that I'm speaking to the diaspora audience in America,
Mm-hmm.
and that is why I can be as explicit as I am right now, because I am aware that the laws in America is much more liberal
Yes. So
than the Jamaica.
the couple more minutes we have leave on the program here, Mr. Williams. The government have been spending millions of dollars in the security apparatus of the JCF. Do you see it going anywhere, sir?
It is going somewhere.
Okay.
They have been spending money. How do you think they've been able to solve the last recent crimes? The crimes of passion and the crimes of that has been taking place right now, deliberate crimes. They have been solving them, you know. They've been solving them with technology, right? The most celebrated one right now with Mr. Paul Well and his siblings. They have solved it and they've brought it to court.
But a lot of Jamaicans are saying that they haven't solved the problem, the crime with a Donnelly Donaldson or the young lady from the young lady by the name of Dean from the University of the West Indies who went missing, the blind girl.
Yes, but those are, but they have this Donnelly Donaldson one with Maitland in jail.
Right.
right? So there are some of them. Remember, the technology that the present commissioner is introducing is coming slow, but he's introducing technology and more intelligence-bound information, and they're getting some results, but it is slow process because his hands are tied. You must always remember, that any activity of crime that is committed by anybody that have any connection to the Jamaica Labour Party, it will be smothered as best as they can because the Labour Party is in power now.
Okay.
You have to understand the process and the interest that exists behind the scenes. Anything that have a Labour Party interest is not going to come to light until somebody busts it deliberately. But anything that have a PNP connection is going to be bust. Of course, there are exceptions to the rule, like Mr. Powell's situation.
Yes. But Mr. Williams, based on all the crime statistics that we have here, with the murder rate just going up and going up and going up, you don't think that there has to be a solution towards this, sir?
But there are solutions towards it.
But why
I just told the two of them.
Right, but why is it that the government, in your opinion, don't do something about it to assist the level of crime to let it go down in our country?
Because you expect Alibaba to solve crime. You're expecting a snowball to exist in hell.
Yes.
It is not possible, my friend. You have to understand the realities of life in Jamaica. The reality of life is that you have two garrisons that run Jamaica. One called GLP or one called PNP, and each of them have their own little militia. Right? The PNP built 10 garrisons. The GLP built 5, and they're trying to build another one, make 6. In the Deputy Prime Minister constituency.
Yes, Mr. Williams, your final word on this program, sir. In other words, for this program, because we have to wrap up now. We have a couple of minutes, but we have to wrap up. Thank you for coming on. But your final words for the program, sir.
I would like the diaspora to focus on early childhood education. Because early childhood education is the only way that we can lift the people of Jamaica out of poverty and into knowledge. Right now, the government system only support education from 5.5. There are 3,000 basic schools in Jamaica, and less than 10% are qualified as basic schools. 10% out of 3,000. So the government deliberately smother education at the early childhood level when the children need education the most.
Yes.
And that is where we need to begin.
Mr. Michael Williams, Chairman of the National Democratic Movement in Jamaica. Thank you for coming on to the Mecca Talk program, sir.
You're welcome, sir. Anytime I'm available, I will talk with you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Michael Williams, Chairman of the National Democratic Movement in Jamaica. This is the Mecca Talk program on WZPP and WZOP, the voice of the Caribbean. Based on all of what we have here, I'm trying to understand something here in what is going on in the land of wood and water. That majority of Jamaicans are saying that the crime rate in our country is going out of whack. Last night, the Prime Minister was speaking at a conference in Clarendon, the JLP constituency conference in Clarendon. And he mentioned some of the crime problem we face in Jamaica. And he said that they're trying to, solve all those crimes. But as what Mr. Williams said, that majority of Jamaicans are not seeing that. You know something? The government alone cannot solve Jamaica's crime problem, you know. We, the people of our country, we can't continue blaming government for the crime pandemic that we face in Jamaica. We, the people of the country, must come together. Come together and formulate a crime problem in our country, a crime plan in our country. You have some people who they know that Tom Jones or John, whatever his name is a part of a gang. And they do nothing about it. We cannot continue blaming government for the crime problem that we face. Yes, government are put there to secure the people, but the people have to help secure themselves. I understand what is going on. I understand that a lot of people have problems that they're facing. But you can't take it out on your brothers and sisters and massacre a whole family. 4 people murdered in Trelawney a couple of days ago. Another 3 murdered in Spanish Town. And then you have 2 more people murdered again. Huh? We must understand that the buck stops with us too. The views expressed on this program, on the Make We Talk program, are not necessarily the views of WZPP or WZOP or the Make We Talk program here. But you know, until we as Caribbean people come together to see how we can stem our various countries' crime problem, I don't think we'll be a better country. The Kenyan cabinet on Friday approved the deployment of 1,000 police-led military peacekeeping mission to Haiti to combat gang violence in the Caribbean country. From January 1st until August 15th, more than 2,400 Haitians were murdered. It is also seen here this morning, and on Friday, 30 Haitian nationals landed on Jamaican soil in Long Bay, Portland. And the Jamaican government is processing them now to return them back to Haiti immediately. It's obvious that we can't stand to accept them because we have problems of our own. Is that what they're trying to say to us? The former minister Peter Bunting said that Jamaica will end 2023 to close to 1,400 murders. Huh? That's the opposition spokesperson and national security Peter Bunting is saying that Jamaica will end 2023 with a record of 1,400 people murdered. Then, if that is the case, we're in serious bangarang, as what a good friend of mine loved to use, the word bangarang. We're in serious problems. Very, very serious problems. Until you hear my voice again tomorrow, I am Jeffrey T saying so long. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel.
Hey, we're
You're listening to WZOP.